What is going on, guys? It's your boy Sly Jordy, and welcome back to F1 23 My Team career mode. I keep forgetting to say good evening, just like I usually do in these My Team episodes, but whatever. Good evening, guys, if you're watching right now live, and you know, hello to everybody who's watching after the stream. Today it is the Belgian and Dutch Grand Prix in Season 3, and if you missed last episode, well, we are getting some huge momentum now in the championship. We're almost 100 points ahead of the rest of the teams in the constructors' standings. And if Hungary was anything to go by, this car is easily the best on the grid. It was a dominating victory at Hungary. And we even did really well at the British Grand Prix as well. 1-2 in both races. Lance Stroll actually picked up his first win in Formula 1, and he's actually looking to be the more consistent out of the both of us, getting podiums in each of the last 3 races after we made the mistake of not replacing the turbocharger and the MGU-H in Austria. And on a track like Austria, where you need as much power as possible, we clearly did do very well there. Even though we were, throughout most of the race, we were actually coming on for a P3, so a podium, but yeah, the car, with the engine wear and the tyre wear towards the end, we just didn't stand a chance. But with the fresh parts now that we have on, the British and Hungarian Grand Prix were looking fantastic. We could have actually won the British Grand Prix as well, but since it was Lance in P1 and I'm putting the team first for this season, there was no real point in going for it. And I mean, actually, I think I did go for it, but we made a mistake on the second to last lap, so there was absolutely no point. But I think on laps beforehand, I could have fought Lance, but I chose not to. And it looks to be the best decision, because we are almost 100 points ahead in the constructors' standings. So, yeah, despite Oscar Piastri's best efforts, Yuki Tsunoda is not pulling his weight, and the rest of the teams are kind of tripping over themselves. Max Verstappen's doing well, but Perez is not. Sainz is doing well, Leclerc isn't doing well, Norris is doing great, but Bottas isn't. You know, there's not a single team in these constructor standings that are working together quite well, unless you count the Aston Martins of Russell and Porsche. Those two are somewhat near each other. But in terms of everybody else, like, I guess Alfa Romeo are consistently shit. But that's it, really. We are the only team that's been consistent, and it's showing with this lead that we now have. So, yeah, next up is the Belgian Grand Prix. We do have some upgrades coming in very soon. We have all the upgrades done for the aerodynamics and the chassis, which is why I chose to close down both facilities. There's no need to be wasting money on running costs when we're not developing any parts for those anymore. We will reopen them towards the end of the season when inevitably we get new regulations, but yeah, we just need to focus on the powertrain and the durability, and I'm not even going to be focusing on the powertrain all that much because, yeah, as you guys know, if you've played the game extensively, you would know that the MyTeam car gets really bad a few seasons in, especially when it comes to brake zones. The car just gets too quick, and so, yeah, we're just going to leave the powertrain now. We've got one final upgrade coming in just to make sure we keep up with a lot of people. We'll need to for tracks like Monza and Mexico, Brazil, Portimao and Vegas. Like, we might even end up having to bring another powertrain upgrade in. But then again, if you guys look at the R&D screen for powertrain here, we actually have 2 upgrades coming in, so I don't think we really need to worry about that. We get supplier upgrades from Mercedes, so this will likely be our very last powertrain upgrade for this season, just to make sure the car stays as stable as possible, because we really did struggle at the first part of the season, you know, a 9th in Jeddah, a DNF in Baku, but overall it's actually been quite a dominating season, considering we're on the highest difficulty we've ever been on in the game. Yeah, the car is just so good, so I'm actually quite looking forward to the new regulations. because hopefully it brings the grid closer together. Because, like, I mean, look at that vehicle performance comparison on the side. Like, we're getting further and further ahead of the rest of the grid. And, yeah, with these durability upgrades, it's just going to get even worse. So, I think, though, the other teams are going to start catching up with our lack of powertrain upgrades, especially when this last one comes in. And then we will likely shut down the powertrain department as well now. After this new upgrade comes in, I don't know. But we've got some simulator training, and that's pretty much all we've got to do. And, yeah, we're just getting right into the next Grand Prix. So, yeah, let's do it. Spa's one of my favourite tracks and the one I've been on the most. Like, I remember playing this track as far back as Need for Speed Shift. So, yeah, I've got a lot of history with this track. Right. Yeah, I've got a lot of... Okay, there we go. Audio's looking just fine. We can get right into this now. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this new format of... live streaming the episodes instead, and I don't have a lot to do until I go back to work in March, so yeah, I feel like we'll be doing this most of the time, along with Five Nights at Freddy's and a couple of other things as well. But I've actually, for the first time in a long time, I've actually finally reached a nice dynamic in terms of how much YouTube videos I'm making. You know, there were a few times last year where I just felt so stressed with the videos I was making, particularly the Saints Row 4 review. Thank you guys for 400 views on that, by the way. That is my best review in terms of performance ever, by far. So I'm really, really, really stoked about that, considering the amount of effort I put into that. So, yeah, that's awesome. But right now we're just focusing on mostly doing live streams. I have some recorded and edited videos in the wings. I have an F123 multiplayer video ready to put out. Well, not ready to put out, but ready to start editing. And Black Ops 4. I have played that now. So that will be returning to the channel very soon as I have the time to, you know, edit the video. I've also got to finish up 2K23 and then start working on the review for that. But I'm not too fussed about the 2K23 review, because that was always a short review anyway, like the 2K22 one was. I mean 2K23, I don't know if I confused the two, but yeah, it'll be a very similar video to the one we did last year, and I've got to make sure I get that out before 2K24 gets announced. Or get releases, should I say. So, in terms of the Spa weekend, we've got another wet practice. We're getting a lot of wet practices throughout this season. And it's a sprint weekend once again. I did forget about that. So practice 1 might be about useless. Unless we get track acclimatization, tire management, whatever. Like, we'll have to see. But yeah, it could be useless, unfortunately. We've got the weekend preview. Looks like the sprint and the race is all good. There was a quarter chance in Silverstone, was it? Or was it Hungary? God, it was only in the last couple of days. I can't believe I forgot already. Let me have a look at the season, see if it reminds me. It might have been Spain. I don't know, guys. One of the last few weekends had a wet qualifying where we had to go on inters. And I think we had to go on inters for the first run, and then we could go on softs. And it ended up being an easy pole position for us. That might have been the British Grand Prix. I think it was. Yes, it was the British Grand Prix. So even though it only says 17%, 18%, whatever, there could still be a good chance that it could happen, because it did happen in the British Grand Prix. So whatever. What have we got for practice 1? Race strategy, qualifying pace, and track acclimatization. So we're going to go into the weekend, and we're going to do track acclimatization, although that could be pointless. But then again, we need the practice, because it's qualifying next, so we need to go out on track regardless. So just to learn the track, see how the car feels. But again, it's not going to be reliable, because qualifying will not be in the wet. But at least we don't have to worry about it in terms of everything else. I do wish that we could choose what sessions get what weather. You know, I wish we had the choice to do that. Ooh. A nice view of Lance Stroll in the Team Pepsi car. And I've decided to keep the one-off special livery from last episode, seeing as though next episode we're going to have another special livery. One that would be a lot more permanent, whereas this one was made for the British Grand Prix. But I quite like it a lot, you know, so much so that I think my ideas for the livery, it was going to be mostly using the template for the one that we had at the beginning of the season, but I like this one so much that any changes in colouring for the livery, it's going to be this same livery. I think it's Shattered, I think the livery's called. It's really cool. So we're actually going to keep it for the rest of the season, even though we're going to have a different colour next episode. So, yeah, let's set up this car. We've got a Spa set up down here. And, yeah, without further ado, let's go out to Spa.
All clear the garage, please. Car's ready to leave.
Here we go. Whew. Once again on the Inters. Got a McLaren coming out behind us. I think somebody already went out onto the track. And this is it. So yeah, here we go. Just take it a bit easy through there. So of course, the track's going to be a bit more difficult to drive on. Seeing as though we haven't made any big changes to the setup. We could to be honest. Yeah, we might have to. That was a big, that felt like a lock-up, even though, you know, I don't have that option on in the settings, but we're turning that back down to 50%, just like we're doing for a lot of these events. And we're going to have to, because the brakes are just awful, and we've got them maxed out. So, definitely something we're struggling with. So yeah, we're just going to do this practice program, and then, yeah, I guess we'll have to save the other two for another time, and I don't even think we'll get round to qualifying pace. I mean, we could attempt it. We could attempt it in this session, but that program is broken. But I don't really want to do it in practice too, because it's just so difficult now. It's too difficult. And then it predicts us to qualify like 22nd, when in reality we are always qualifying like near the top, so don't make any sense to me. Our energy store is wearing, so we'll have to keep an eye on that for a while, but we're fine for now. But definitely got to brake a bit earlier. Here we go. First official lap of Spa in the Grand Prix weekend, and we've already failed the first corner. That is awful. So we're going to have to brake a lot earlier, I think. It's not a good sign at all. Going through that pretty quick. With the ERS, of course. Well, at least they're not red. We'll take green. And that's red. God damn it. Yeah, this car is just so much more difficult to drive. Like, these regulations cannot come soon enough. I really hope they make some big changes to the car. Especially in the powertrain department. Because, yeah. Too fast. The car is too quick at this point. Felipe Drugovich was the first one out in the session. He sets a 1:23.3. Well, no, he didn't. That was his time for the sector. So I think his full time was a 154. I don't know. Here we go. Final corner. Barely making it through the corners there. I mean, we could obviously do with a setup change, but there's no real point to doing that. Yeah, we're just not making that corner. We'll have to brake a lot earlier, which is very unfortunate. The car seems bearable everywhere else though. I don't know how it will do in the dry, so that'll come down to qualifying. And it does suck, because we can't do any proper testing because of the sprint weekend, and now it's raining in FP1. So, definitely not ideal. Yeah, so certain sections we just can't reach in the Apex, unfortunately. Hopefully it doesn't cost us too much time in qualifying if we run into those issues, of course. Of course, this is different, entirely different conditions. Just doesn't want to turn. The brakes do not
Okay,
like
so this light rain is
slow
be with us for a
down the
while
car
now.
enough. Could obviously mess around with the setup, see if we can make the brakes a lot more powerful. Right, let's see if we can nail this time. We'll just brake earlier. There we go. We actually hit it this time. Let's see if we can not get a single red sector. $191 miles an hour through there. Lovely. And we set the fastest time with that last one. I have a feeling we're going to go even faster here. Like earlier. Turn in. There we go. Just about making that. Take a little through there. Oh, it's going so well. We're learning, guys. We're learning. And we'll want to brake a bit earlier here. Yes, it's only a green sector, but it's better than getting a single red. There we go, we'll just ERS down here. And early brake. Perfect. Just roll the car through the final corner and we'll cross the line 110 faster.
Well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Alright, it's feeling pretty good. Charles Leclerc does go quicker though. But our tyres are feeling pretty warm. That's 4 laps in. Ooh, that's alarming. That is very alarming that we've got that much wear on the inters.
Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap.
We're only 4 laps in. So if it was a wet race, we would have to pit. We would have to pit, like, pit for new inters for the first time ever. So, glad it's not a wet race, but how is that going to bode for the dried tyres, you know? How is that going to look? I don't know, but we're going to go back to the pits now. This car just does not want to turn sometimes. It can be such an awkward car. Alright, turn the engine mode back up. There we go. Just roll the car through. Alright, that felt pretty good. Okay. Wow, 24% wear, and that was just from 4 laps, which is terrible. Oh, thank God. Okay, thank God. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to test the softs in any practice session, and unfortunately, we likely won't be able to test the hards neither, since they've got to return 2 tyres. So I guess we could try to use mediums, but I don't know. We could give it a try, I suppose, but there'd be no point in doing that. I think we're pretty much done with this session. Unless the weather changes within the next 15 minutes. But yeah, we won't be able to test the hards, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, so we're just going straight to qualifying, so right into the deep end. And I think the good thing about this is that the rest of the teams have to cope with that as well, so we're not going to be fully in the dark here. So I think the best thing we can do is probably set 2 laps from the get-go.
STROLL, Norris and Carlos.
Lance first place in FP1 in the wets. We know in real life he's pretty good in the wets though, so I'm not going to be surprised by that. But yeah, he's starting to get consistently top of the standings now with our car, which is lovely to see. Absolutely wonderful to see. Okay. Let's see what we got here then. Nothing. And we've got no choice but to just go straight to qualifying. So let's do that. We're basically just saving R&D points now if we're not going to be buying any more powertrain ones. Durability, we can't do any more than 2 right now. We have to wait. So over time there's going to be a lot of R&D saved in the durability department, which will help us when the new regulations get announced, because then, you know, we'll be able to protect them right away. Lance is going straight out in qualifying. We have a fault on the cooling system, however, so we're going to have to wait.
Okay, the guys have found a leak in one of the coolant lines, so we're patching that up as we speak. Hold tight for now until we've got everything checked over.
Lance is out for a lap, so while we wait, we may as well watch him. Off he goes. In the Team Pepsi racing car. So he's P3 in the standings. He could likely be P2 in the standings. He'll be overtaking Piastri soon, perhaps. He does look pretty good around the track. I mean, if FP1 was anything to go by, he's definitely feeling it, so that's good. Well, he's going for a first lap now, but it's not going to matter because he's the only one going out for one. We are now going to set our first lap as well. We might set a couple of laps depending on how we feel. But yeah, here we go. Let's see how close to Stroll we can get with this first lap. We'll just roll the car there. I want to recharge the CRS. Not the greatest start, but it's okay. Yep, braking's definitely a lot harder. But, you know, I think we'll be fine. I think we can make it up. I don't think we'll be able to set a second lap actually. We were able to in the British Grand Prix, but that was because we were on Inters. So we had a lot more ERS to save, but I'm not going to have that privilege. Car's feeling pretty good though. Apparently we do have a bit of damage. Vehicle condition.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Yeah, I don't know what that red wrench at the bottom there means then. Maybe some minor damage to the floor perhaps when we went over the curve earlier? I don't know. And across the line with a P4. I think we can do better than that. Definitely quicker in turn 1. Apparently not, actually. Apparently we can set a second lap, we have enough ERS for it. Shit. Come on, why are we not getting any slipstream thing? Come on. Should get a slipstream here. Using the last of our ERS. Fuck, are you serious? Fuck's sake. Right, I'm flashbacking so we can just pit. And not waste time. Alright. So not the greatest start. I assume Lance is top. I feel like we could go straight back out and do another lap. I think we have... Oh my god, I've just ran someone over. What the fuck was that? Did you guys see that? Oh my god. I've just ran someone over in the F1 game. Have you ever seen that? Ever? Have you ever seen that on the F1 game? What on earth happened there? Jesus Christ. Sucks because I ran over a Williams guy as well. And I support that team. Okay, so we have one more tyre to go afterwards. So yeah, we could set about 3 laps. Alright, let's go. Let's go again. Alright. So our maximum capacity is about 91 right now. Right, that was quicker. There we go, I was going to say. That definitely felt like a much smoother entry and exit into turn 1 and, you know, out of it. How was that not quicker? You having a laugh? That felt smooth as out. Purple second sector. It's looking good, guys. We're gaining and gaining and gaining. Boom. Wow, still slower than Lance. But it's a 1-2 for the team, and that's what matters.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
What matters is that it's a 1-2, so... yeah. We'll take it. But a 10th slower than Lance. Where could we have made up that time? I guess it must be, this section here. It must have been this section. Yeah, we're on an in-lap now, so... And then we'll go back out. Well, we need to hurry up, though. We're not going to have a lot of time to set a final lap. And it might be worth, actually, just setting a final one on this. Because I'm not sure we'll have enough time to enter the pits and then come back out. Right? I'm not sure we will. We might have been finessed here. We might have not had enough time. And to be fair, if I remember rightly, we already lost a minute or so at the beginning of the session having to do the coolant lines thing. So, you know, I usually come out at about 2:30 in a session, so we'll just have to hope. Look, everybody's going out now, so we could be in a bit of trouble. We're the only one coming into the pits, and it's going to take a lot of time to go in and out, so we'll just have to, we'll be lucky if we're able to set a final lap. We'll be lucky. But yeah, this takes a while. We're not able to skip any of this. Like, this could be it. This could be it. We might have fucked it. We might have absolutely messed this up. Which sucks, because we've set a really good lap there. But the track record of a lot of the AI here in qualifying is that their last lap isn't necessarily their best. Lance has just come back in. I don't know if he's just set... Yeah, he must have just set a lap. Let's have a look, shall we? Did he set a final lap? Did he go quicker? No, he didn't. He actually went slower. So, it could be good. It could be good. So, who is the biggest threat? It's probably Piastri, isn't it? Is Piastri out? Yeah. And Piastri is the biggest threat. So, I think we'll be safe. Lance didn't improve on his lap, so we're gonna take the risk, and we're gonna stay behind. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. But Piastri is P3, so he is the biggest danger. Is he gonna stick behind this Mercedes here? This Mercedes of I don't know who that is in the Mercedes. I think it might be Lando or Bottas. It's definitely looking a bit weird there. But yeah, Piastri's on his outlap now. So, we're going to watch him. We're going to watch Piastri, the lead driver for McLaren, after Lando left for Mercedes. Let's see how he does then. That wasn't the greatest exit. I'm hoping he doesn't beat me, because I'm the one in P2. So, you know, I don't know how close our times are. He's pretty close. He's only like a 10th off. Less than a 10th off. So he could beat me here. But yeah, Piastri does get the advantage of getting a slipstream from De Vries. And we didn't get to watch the end of the lap. So what happened? Perez? Oh, it don't matter anyway.
And the owner driver.
It doesn't matter because he's taken a penalty.
We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
So yeah, we finished P3 in qualifying, but he's taken a grid penalty. Magnussen takes one, Albon takes one. Yeah, Perez, that's weird. Why is he taking a penalty? Oh wait, yeah, he's already got the new parts in. So yeah, Verstappen overtakes Piastri, so he will be starting next to us. Oh no, we won't, because we're starting. Yeah, he'll be P3, we'll be P2, and Lance is back on pole. But hey, ahead in the rivalry against Sainz, that's what matters, and we are still top of the drivers' standings. So. Yeah, if we can get a good start and stay P1, that's all that pretty much matters. But we've also got the sprint to do, so we'll just have to see what happens, you know. I'm quite tempted to let Lance win the sprint and then we take the race. That could be pretty cool. But now we're going into the practice session. FP3, or FP2, sorry. We don't get a third practice session. Alright, so straight away... Oh, we can use the hards. Okay, that's useful. I wish we could use one of the softs, but I'm pretty sure the softs would be fine to use in the race. So, yeah, we can use the hards, that's dope. But I won't be using it right now. We'll be using the mediums. Yeah, let's see how they do. And then maybe we can redo it afterwards to get some time in on the hards. And then we can say we've driven on all 3 tyres
Okay,
around
give
Spa.
us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
Alright. I think the energy store capacity is now 89%. No, it's still 90. Oh no, it's gone down to 90. It's not 91 anymore. Bit of a drift out there, but that's because these tyres are a bit cold. Let's make up that time a little bit. Use the energy store just a little bit. There's Gasly in front of us again. Going pretty quick this time. 195 miles an hour on the speed trap. That was beautiful. Went a bit too deep on that original turn there. Gonna have to get past Gasly real quick. Use the ERS. Stroll's already out as well. He's really putting the work in to win this Constructors. I'm telling you. He's doing such a great job. I didn't think he'd do this good, honestly. I didn't think he'd be going for race wins, but he is. It's good to see. I don't know how long we're going to have Stroll on the team, though, because obviously I want to try different teammates. But, you know, if I don't have any good reason to cast Lance aside, I'm not going to. Alright. Lost a bit of time. Yeah, we lost a bit of time through there, unfortunately. Tsunoda goes quicker than Stroll, but not quicker than me. We need to start working on that turn. A bit of engine wear now. It's the energy store. Yeah, so that logo appears when something reaches 60%, so the ICE and the MG UK are going to be reaching that soon. Yeah, we got some really good pace right now, so I'm not worried at all. Yeah, the car feels awesome around here, but we've never had an issue with Spa. I will say that right now. We've never ever had an issue with it. Oh, little drift out there. That lost us almost a tenth. Alright, we've pretty much hit all our targets. So now it's just additional whatever, right? Yes, after this we go right back out and do race strategy again, but this time on the hards. Just to see how they feel in race conditions. Or at least on race strategy. The Astra goes quicker than us, but those McLarens are working on the softs. Don't understand their strategy going into the weekend, because obviously they'll be needed to test the mediums and the hards. Right? They've already tested the softs in qualifying, so, you know. And I thought they did pretty good considering, you know, we were able to do a second lap, even though we did have to flashback it, but we were able, like, to stay relatively close to our initial pace. Oof, we lost a lot of time through there. That's the RS a little time back. Looks awfully rain cloudy up there. I really hope that doesn't mean it's going to start raining. And there we go.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Right, so I feel like the hards will be more or less the same. I want to save some of our parts.
Take you this lap.
Because, I mean, we've already got some wear on that. So yeah, tyre wear is about 25%. So on the hards, I assume it'd be like 20 or like around 20%, 15 maybe, if lucky. But I feel like the hards won't give us enough grip, considering like we're really struggling with the brake zones sometimes. So it might be worth not using the hards. Depending on how the game treats it, because sometimes it lets you start on the soft, sometimes it doesn't. We could be looking at a soft to medium strategy. Yeah, we're going to spend some ERS just so it doesn't destroy our energy store capacity too much. Alright. There you go. So that's free practice done. I don't really feel like we need to do much more because I don't think we'll be using the hards unless we're forced onto them. But yeah, if not, then it will be a soft to medium strategy, it looks like. Alright, Lance is setting some pretty high times. Although, I don't think he's come back out the garage yet. But yeah, Sergio Perez is looking very quick this weekend, but that is likely because he's put in a new engine part, hence why he's getting a grid penalty. He wasn't quicker than Lance, but he was quicker than me. And we felt really good around the track. I'm surprised even Lance beat us. But if anyone was going to beat us, it was going to be the same car. But yeah, Perez definitely has some new parts in. Or at least one new part.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Tsunoda, Perez and Max Verstappen.
Okay. So Tsunoda looks reasonably pacey on those mediums. But I don't think we'll need to worry too much. Got a decent amount of R&D there, but we're not going to really spend it because, yeah, we've completed the chassis and the aero, and I don't want to touch the powertrain because we're already struggling with braking, so I don't want to do any more for that, other than the one upgrade we've got coming in to cover off tracks like Monza. Singapore we're definitely going to struggle at, I think. Yeah, Mexico will really help us, I think. Brazil, we're always good at Brazil anyway, so I'm not worried about Brazil. And Portimao, not worried about that neither. And then Vegas, it's going to be amazing, so again, not worried about it. Okay, so Energy Store will need replacing soon, but that's only the ERS tank, so I think I could save that. Until Monza, maybe. It depends on how it looks at Monza, because we might be able to save it then too. We do only have 2 energy stores available, so we need to be wise with it. We need to be very wise with it. So I'm thinking this first energy store has gone most of the season, so we might actually put in a new one for next episode. Yeah, I think we'll put in a new one for next episode. So we'll stick on this same worn one until the end of Zandvoort. And by then it'll be like in the 70% anyway, I'm pretty sure. So not something we really need to worry about that much. Still got parts coming in. The powertrain and that durability part is definitely coming in before Zandvoort. So we've got new upgrades coming in for Zandvoort. So that's awesome. Alright, without further ado, it's time to actually get into the Spa Sprint. So, yeah, here we go. And we'll be starting P2, just behind our teammate. And I'm hoping we can maybe jump him into turn 1 and then maintain the lead from there, because I've got no doubt that Lance could probably keep up with us. He'll likely overtake us at some point, to be fair, because there are some long DRS zones, you know. It's not going to be like Hungary, where it was very difficult to overtake and we could defend it easily. Like, no, we're going to have to let him pass on some occasions because fighting him will hurt the team more than us individually. So, yeah.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint.
Oh, yeah. They really need to update the commentary for sprint races, man. It's so clearly tacked on. Well, the sprints even have like a different theme, like a slightly different theme. So they really need to update it.
Exciting sprint. A fantastic effort from Lance Stroll yesterday, and it's put him on pole.
What?
Pushing out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2.
But he's got a grid penalty.
Continue through the rest of the grid today.
Is that just for the full race
the
then?
Driver, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc.
That must just be for the full race.
Sainz, Gasly, Russell, Bottas, Joe, Ocon, Drugovic, the owner driver, Liam Lawson, Sargent, Magnussen, Hulkenberg.
Yeah, because I know Magnussen's got a penalty as well, but he's not starting at the back. And Albon should be starting at the back because he's got a grid penalty as well. So I guess that must be just for the full race and not actually for the sprint. So we're actually starting in P3. We're not starting with the 1-2. Despite, you know, what I thought. Alright. Very confusing, but it's fine. P3 is not that much different from P2. So, it's okay. Right, we're obviously only going to go on the softs. See, I'm not sure what to do in terms of fuel, but I think we're gonna put in 6.5. We'll just stick with that. All right.
The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position.
The Haas cars are on the mediums. Strange. I wonder why they're not starting on softs. I wonder what they're thinking of doing. That is probably my most, the most interesting team in this series for sure. That Haas team looks completely different. Felipe Drugovic and Liam Lawson. And I mean, we've got history with Drugovic, of course. He spent the first couple of seasons, well, first season and a half. But actually, he's only spent a duration of one season, because halfway through the first season, he didn't want to re-sign, so he had to have Porsche, who has ended up at Aston Martin. And Drugovic, of course, did the first half of Season 1 and the first half of Season 2 before getting replaced by Lance Stroll. And now Drugovic is at Haas. So, yeah, it's good to see my former teammates still on the grid. I didn't think it was fair if their careers pretty much were over because of our car that was at the back of the grid at the time, but it's different now. And here we go, we start the sprint. Lance has had a pretty slow start.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start
going down the inside here. We're now side by side with Lance Stroll. We're going to use the ERS to get ahead of him, and we have jumped him into P1. He left the inside open. And we're going to use the ERS to try and stay away from Lance, but of course he's doing the same thing to try and overtake us. I don't want to fight him too much. But I think I'm going to back off. Well, he tried to back off as well. I think we had the same idea. I'm trying to give him as much space as I can. And he has eventually backed off, so... Here we go then. Alright, good start from us. A really good start from us. Lance didn't have the quickest start, and I don't think he knew who he was trying to defend. I think he tried to defend both of us and tried to make his car look as wide as possible. And, well, at least he stopped Perez, but didn't stop me. Now we've got to put the RS on. Because Lance is now going to be challenging us down the inside here, which turns into an outside. We have to dip a tyre into the grass a little bit, and he has to back out of that. There's no way he would be able to win against us there without crashing. But yeah, Lance is definitely going to be a danger now. Well, we didn't have the best exit from the last turn there, and we are now ahead. And we've actually set the fastest lap on the first lap, so That's good. And now we're just going to try and get away as quick as possible. There's only 5 laps in this sprint.
We're accumulating somewhere on the MGUK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Just going to ease it into there because I feel like Stroll's going to get a lot of pressure from Sergio Perez. So I want him to stay within DRS, but I don't want him to fight me. Of course, part of me still obviously wants to win the Drivers' Championship again, so... Yeah, despite my main objective being the Constructors, and I won't fight Stroll that much, while I'm ahead, I'm going to try and stay ahead. He is very quick through that corner there. We're just going to cut him off a bit there. He's staying stuck to us. Which I both like and dislike. He's as quick as us, if not quicker in some instances. I'm actually going to take the middle line here. So he's got no space to overtake at all. Which means he has to stay behind me. We're pretty good out of the last turn compared to them, but Stroll does have the quickest lap now. And he's also going to get DRS, which means we are going to be in a bit of trouble for these last 3 laps. Here we go though. Oh, he's trying to get my slipstream as well. Not good at all.
The energy store's depleting, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Alright. We are almost out of DRS range for Stroll, which we don't want because Perez will end up overtaking him. There we go. Let him catch up. We're going to try and take the middle line as much as possible. Oh, but he's taking the risk. He's taking the inside. I'm trying to stay with him as much as possible without causing a crash, but... Stroll has taken the lead. Yeah, he's not very quick out of that last corner, is he? There you go. Stroll takes the lead in the sprint.
Fastest lap of the race.
Here we go then. Now we just try to keep up with him and possibly overtake him with DRS. Here we go. We made that overtake a little difficult. And he's still trying to get on our inside here. We're going to have to give him space. There we go. We managed to come out on top in that exchange. Definitely struggling on that turn there. We're doing really good though, coming on to the final lap. Here comes Lance Stroll once again down the inside. We have to give him space. But he backed out of it this time. I'm going to go down the middle once again. He's going to try and poke his nose around the outside there, but we are still in front. The AI don't seem to be
Okay,
good
mate,
round that
final
last
lap.
turn.
Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
They seem to be a lot slower. Anyway, here we go. Final lap now. And we'll put the RS on. Make sure to give Stroll a little bit of a slipstream to make sure he stays ahead of Checo. Alright, I think we might have it wrapped up. I don't want to speak too soon, but it looks as though we've got it all wrapped up. Alright, here we go. We're now going to try and use the RS as much as possible. Lance is going to challenge down our outside here. Our inside, sorry. And we are neck and neck now. But he has to back out as we use the last of our ERS. But we've done it. We've done it. We've come out on top in the sprint. Whew.
Yes, yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend. That's a great drive. Thank you.
Lance Stroll, driver of the day, despite starting on pole, and you know, again, driver of the day must come down to like who gets the most overtakes, at least in the game anyway, which was Stroll.
And after this round of the World Championship,
No, it wasn't. It was us.
Here's how things
Hold
look
on.
in the drivers' table. Another solid
Why did he
result
get
for our
driver of the
championship
day?
leaders today, allowing them to extend the gap between themselves and the rest of the standings. Well, that wraps up sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Well, that was that. We are now 100 points ahead in the constructors' standings. And we've got a 16-point lead in the driver's standings. This is looking to get a bit easy. Like I said earlier at the beginning of the episode, every team are basically tripping over themselves, you know? Leclerc is not doing anywhere near as good as Sainz. Perez isn't doing anywhere near as good as Verstappen. Bottas is not doing anywhere near as good as Sainz, as Norris, sorry. And the most important one, Tsunoda, is not doing as good as Piastri. Nowhere near. They're just not consistent enough compared to our team. Getting these 1-2s. That is the important thing there. So, yeah. It's looking really good for the team, honestly. As we now prepare for the full-length race. Wow, to think we don't even have that many rounds left. Jesus. Crazy. We have absolutely sped through this season. Okay. Don't think there's anything that needs to be said, really. No, that's it. Right into the race. And it's going to be 10 laps longer. 15 laps around Spa. So, yeah, if things keep going the way they are, this should be another easy victory. No other team has really brought in a proper upgrade going into this event. So, yeah, things are looking quite easy for us at this point, and I'm kind of hoping that other teams start to bridge the gap. I hope, because we brought in ultimate upgrades galore this season. So. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens next. But yeah, it's looking quite easy for us, and we might have this Constructors' Championship wrapped up sooner than you think.
It's the Belgian Grand Prix, the site of the maiden victory of the Jordan team in 1998. The venue that Michael Schumacher made his debut in Formula One. There is so much history here amongst the beautiful nature. 19 corners, 4.3 miles or 7 kilometers. There's over 100 meters of elevation change here with long stretches of the lap spent flat out. Look out for the bus stop chicane. The final challenge before the temporary relief of the start-finish straight. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. It's the owner-driver then in pole position with Lance Stroll alongside. Considering the rest of the grid we have Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Tsunoda, Bottas, Russell, Ocon, Teo Porcher, Joe, Sargent, Gasly, Drugovich, Perez, Hulkenberg.
There we go. So yeah, the penalties are for the full race.
Albon and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Can we begin by having a chat about Sergio Perez? Joined once again by Anthony Davidson in the commentary box. And they've suffered a grid penalty due to taking a new engine. It could mean a tough race in store.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
All right, so it's a 1-2 for the team, which it would have been anyway regardless, but yeah, we're all looking good, and yeah, it's going to be a soft to medium strategy, as I've said, so... I think we can do with the 16.5. The sprint felt okay in terms of fuel, so we'll just go with a similar fuel load. Yeah, that's it. So we're pitting on lap 7 for mediums.
Underway for the formation lap here at Spa. The cars begin their lap around the circuit that rises and falls to the hills of the Ardennes Forest. As always, the fans are here in their thousands, and the atmosphere is incredible.
So Piastri, Tsunoda, Russell and Joe starting on the hard tyres. I wonder what their strategy is, because the rest of the grid's on softs.
To line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that within the points.
All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, this should be relatively easy. We'll have to see what happens there. Anyway. It's a pretty good start from me and Lance here. Gonna move to cut off Lance just a little bit.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
Oh, that's lovely to hear about. Anyway, here we go. First lap of the Grand Prix. Piastri takes 3rd place on those hard tyres, as we try to stay out of the way of Lance Stroll. I'm hoping this won't be as straightforward as Hungary was, but...
somewhere on the MGUK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
We are already about 1.8 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack now. So there must have been a fight between Piastri and Verstappen. As Stroll looks to go around the outside, we're going to defend that pretty hard. I'm not going to let you do that. Absolutely not. Stroll now going around the outside. Here we go, it's very close now going into the last couple of turns. Ooh. But we managed to come out on top. Yeah, the AI is pretty slow out of that final corner. It's a big fight between me and Lance here. Back and forth, back and forth. He must be using ERS as well. There we go, Lance Stroll. Oh, we've gone deep. We've gone deep. And now Piastri is right on us. Lance Stroll now has gone out into the lead. See if we can catch up to him.
The energy store's depleting, reducing
I know.
The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
We need to keep up with Stroll, and then we'll get DRS on the next lap. And I'm afraid that we've probably used too much DRS. I don't know. They are pretty slow at this final corner though, so we can gain a decent amount of time on them.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Lando Norris in the Mercedes sets the fastest lap. As we now look to chase down our teammate, Bruno Rouge. We're looking a little quicker than he is, as we now get DRS. Stroll is adamant on taking the inside. But we already have the move complete by the time we reach the corner, so that makes things a lot easier for us. There we go. We're already getting ahead of the rest of the grid here. But we're not really going to be upgrading the car much anymore. We've got our final powertrain upgrade that we want to do coming in soon. So it's up to the rest of the grid to catch up, really. Right, Stroll now challenging down the inside of us, or the outside, depending on how you look at it. Going over the curb here, so is Stroll. We are actually going to dive bomb him here. And we actually get the move done with DRS as well. Quite a good battle between us and Stroll, but we've got a bit of a lead now, so I believe we can save some ERS. While we're at it, let's check everything. ICE 62%. I think we can use that again through Zandvoort. Same with the energy store in the MG UK, and then replace them going into Monza. So I assume we're going to be pitting first, right? We obviously get priority on the strategy, always, somehow. That was a pretty quiet lap considering we did get DRS out of the last corner. But yeah, look at how much we're already getting away from the rest of the pack. I assume that might be because Piastri is defending pretty hard on those hards. And then me and Lance, of course, we're both on soft.
Pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
Lance is now pulling on us. He's definitely using the RS now. We're going to wait until we're over that to start using ours. And it's Lance going down the outside of us. Going into the inside of this corner, so Lance Stroll does have the lead now. Ooh, he was a bit slow through there and we had to slow it down, and that's actually compromised our position a little bit. Was that intentional from Lance? Who knows? It's looking really good for the team recently. Clearly the best car in the grid by a while now, compared to the beginning of the season where it was a little more obscure on who had the best car. Alright, we should be able to get an overtake done here. And we're going to take the inside this time. There you go. Back in the lead. So it's back and forth with Lance here. This is the last lap we'll be fighting with Lance, by the way. I'm going to let him pass on the next lap so we don't really cost the team time, because I'll be pitting, of course. Okay, fuel's looking pretty good.
Box this lap and push hard on the in-lap.
Lando Norris is now in P3. Piastri has fallen down to P6, so yeah, that hard tyre strategy was not it. He's actually pit right now, or was that Sonoda? That might have actually been Piastri. That would make more sense. So, looks like some of the AI are looking for undercuts. But here comes Lance Stroll screeching past us. And I'm just going to let him go. For now. Obviously, we're looking for the win ourselves. But yeah, things are looking good. I just don't want to cost the team time, so I'm saving... Probably should try saving fuel as well. Alright. I think for a couple of laps we should probably try to save some fuel. Just so we're not using too much. But Lance is now out of DRS.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
He's got a healthy lead. And we are now going to pit for mediums. Alright, we've got a few cars pitting with us as well. Oh, it's late! Fuck, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, mate,
And
that's it. Go. Your late turn-in meant we had a slower than planned pit stop, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Pit strategy complete. See these
We
tyres
got
through to the end
overtaken by the Mercedes of Lando Norris, and we've been undercut by Oscar Piastri. And we've got a DRS! Apparently.
now. Say that again, we're having trouble receiving you.
Vehicle condition.
Tyre condition still looking good.
There's an obvious issue with my DRS. Hello? Is no one going to talk to me about that? Oh, that is awful. Alright. Now we're talking. Finally a challenge. Here we go then.
DRS will be offline. There's a fault with the rear wing system. Stay out. We can work on a fix remotely.
Alright, looks like we'll be relying on the ERS a bit. These mediums, oof, very cold. So now we've got to try and work our way back through the pack. Late turning on the pit stop and a DRS fault. It's not good. Teammates in the pits.
Lance is in for his stop.
We could be looking for an overtake on Leclerc here. Just try and sneak it in there. There we go. The overtake on Leclerc is done. Now we chase after Piastri. Stroll is now coming out of the pits. Is he going to get undercut? No, he's not. He's actually... There he is, all the way over there, firmly in the lead. So, at least we can rely on Lance to quite possibly still bring it home for the team. Unfortunately, we're not going to be quicker than Piastri, so I'm going to try and be in his slipstream here. He is not taking the good line into that turn, so we definitely pressured him into that, at the very least.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy.
Yeah, we're just going to have to be a bit more strategic on the straight there. Oh god, that was awful. All right. Lando did not give us space there. We weren't entitled to it neither, and he is defending that quite well.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
There we go. We've got the overtake on Lando there. Unfortunately, he's going to get DRS, so strategically I think we're going to let him pass. I'm not going to fight him too much, so I'm going to take the outside. We're going to let him go down the inside and then take the slipstream as much as we can. Oh, he's got caught on the curb there. And we are going to go around the outside as he tried to defend into this corner, which he really didn't have to. And we now have P2. But he's not going to let go. He's not letting it go. He's going to have to, though, because 2 doesn't go into that corner. And now Lance Stroll's got a 2.5 second lead. So, good thing he's there. I'm not too worried about being second now. Okay. Right. Good job from us. But of course Lando is going to be sticking to us throughout the rest of this race now, I'm pretty sure. Unless he makes a mistake.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
DRS is still broken, but doesn't matter. We were far enough ahead of Lando to not have an issue whatsoever. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Lance has definitely taken the win now. We could have had a chance if we still had DRS, but yeah, that chance has been gone. We are now officially out of DRS, so that's good.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
4 laps of fuel. Oh, we're looking healthy as hell. We might just be able to chase down Lance. Still got 3 laps to go. 4 laps to go if you count this one. So, game on.
Okay, keep the car ahead under pressure. They might make a mistake. Gap is only 2 seconds now.
Why are you telling me to keep my teammate under pressure, bro? You don't want that.
Pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff.
We're quicker than Lance. Lance, Geordie is faster than you. Down to 1.6 seconds.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Running out of ERS as well. We might not have enough in the tank to catch up with Lance. It's our own fault really with the pit stop.
Okay, there's a fault with the DRS. You will not be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix. Stay out for now.
So they can't fix it. Working on a fix. You've been doing that for most of the fucking race. Yeah, these tyres have gone off. These tyres are dead. We don't have enough. Might have to concede.
Final lap, final lap. Push, push.
Alright, yeah, we'll concede. I'm not going to use the RS now. It's a 1-2 anyway, but yeah. Fault with the DRS and our faulty pit stop meant we couldn't take the win. So Lance deserves this win through and through, for the most part. God, Alkenberg needs to leave that team, man. That car fails on him all the time. Feel sorry for Piastri, man. He's been really consistent, but we've developed a really good car here, so just didn't stand a chance. Who knows what could happen next season, though? Well, I mean, are we about halfway through the season now? Like, yeah, we are past halfway. I think there's still a chance for Oscar to get the Drivers' Championship, but I think the Constructors is pretty much done. Which is great, because I've wanted the Constructors for ages. But we might basically have it wrapped up now.
Caution.
Oh, that sucks for Nico.
Okay, clear.
Checkered flag. Lance Stroll takes the win for Team Pepsi Racing. He ran out of fuel. Oh, he was pushing.
Yes, mate. I cannot complain about that one. That was an excellent drive. Well done.
The AI cars only slow down like that if they've run out of fuel. Lance was pushing like hell to get that win. Wow. I'm impressed.
Classic circuits, but they've persevered to take the win here today.
I'm impressed. I think he knew we were pushing hard with the ERS to try and catch up. And so he pushed hard as well, and that's why we weren't able to catch up.
As ever, it's not just
wow, he ran out of fuel at the end.
That speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Oh, good job, Lance. Jeez. Wow, I'm impressed.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
Well, it's the 4th double podium in a row, right? Or is it the 3rd? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it might be the 4th. What a win for Lance Stroll. That's his 2nd win. So out of our 4 double podiums, we've got 2 wins. Lance has 2 wins. It looks to be a similar skill set between us two. And we might eventually be looking at a title battle with Lance, which would be very, very interesting. Really interesting. Should he be able to get that? We've got one DNF between us. Well, one non-point finish between us, should I say.
Let's see how the drivers' standings have changed. It was not the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top
Wow,
has
look
been
at
reduced.
that.
So,
It's a
Anthony
1-2 in the
Davidson, who would
drivers.
you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, on Stroll would be my pick. He managed to keep a cool head today whilst pushing through the field.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The owner-drivers team moved to the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings.
Wow.
Well, that certainly was an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Wow, that's absolutely crazy. Russell definitely struggling in that Aston Martin, which is sad because he was doing really good in that car last season. And it was quite an inspired decision to leave Mercedes knowing he was not going to be their #1 driver. And so he went to Aston Martin where he would be the #1 driver, and he immediately had a better car than the Mercedes team last season. But yeah, it seems they've not managed to capitalise on that this time. But yeah, that was a very good race. Let's watch the replay. Or the highlights, should I say. Wow, this battle was crazy. We should definitely get like a good thumbnail out of this. Yeah, there we go. That could be a good thumbnail right there. Whoo! Sheesh. I want to get that car in the background there. Or maybe not. I don't know. I think that in itself could be a decent thumbnail. We'll get some motion blur on it as well. There we go. We don't want it attached to the car. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, so how are we going to go about this? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine on its own. Yeah, there we go. That can be our thumbnail for this episode. I've accidentally started recording by accident. Delete that. Let's take a screenshot there. Boom, there you go. Yeah, there was some good one-on-one battles with Lance in the first half of this, but yeah, we made the mistake of not turning in the pit stop in time, and then, of course, our DRS failed, and yeah. We tried, we did push as hard as we could, but Lance pushed as hard as he could as well, and he ended up getting a well-deserved victory, so he's legitimately beating us, which I like. I want a teammate that's as good as us, if not, well, probably not better, but I want a teammate that can do as good as us, and it's good to see that our personnel facility is coming through in spades. This car looks awesome though, and I've got a really good idea for the special livery as well that I've had in my mind since before we even started this series, so it's really cool that my ideas are coming to fruition. That was a beautiful move around the outside. And there you go, yeah, Lance slowing down at the end there, causing a yellow flag. Wow, that's cool, man. So we beat him in the sprint at the very least, and then he came out on top in the race. Ideally, I wanted it to go the other way around, where he wins the sprint and I win the full race, but either way, like, you know, it's good. And there you go. Beating Sainz in the rivalry. We're getting pretty close now to level 25 on the team acclaim, which unlocks the final advertisement. And speaking of advertisements, I think we'll get to replace this glitchy one soon. So that's good, and we can start making more money, because the more wins Lance gets, I've noticed that the more expensive his contract gets. Let's have a look at it now. 8.7 million, so I don't think it's gone up, but it was like, oh, maybe it has. I don't know, but it was definitely in the 7 millions when we actually, like, signed him. So his market value is going up because of these wins that he is getting, unfortunately. So, yeah. I wonder if there's anyone missing on here, because that's how we found out that Hamilton was retiring before he ever did. Bottas remains. Lando's there. Verstappen's got a 98 rating. Leclerc's 96, 95. So Piastri's doing really well as an 88 overall. So despite being an 88 overall, he's doing really good in the driver's standings. And then Lance is actually an 82 overall, so that's why he's all the way down here. But with our personnel stuff, we've got him all the way up at 98. Yeah, I don't think anybody's retiring at the end of the season. It doesn't look to be the case anyway. Oh, wait, I know who's missing. Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's missing. So, it looks like Nico Hulkenberg will be retiring, and to be honest, I don't blame him, because that Alfa Romeo is dog shit. So yeah. Looks like we'll be seeing at least one new driver on the grid next season as Hulkenberg is retiring. Okay, so let's get rid of this sponsor. Yeah, so we're getting pretty close to the final sponsor slot now, which I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, so we've got Highland, Asiatic Dynamics, and we need someone who gives us a good weekly and a good goal bonus, because Highland doesn't actually do very good at all, but the sponsor sticker looks good, like, looks great on this car, and so that's why I have it. But I think in future we'll probably focus on having much bigger sponsors, and to be fair, we could probably do that next, like in 35 days time, since, you know, it'll be a new livery anyway. So yeah, the goal bonus for this one is amazing, 800k. So ideally we want to go something similar. So this one would be score 33 Constructors' Championship points during a race weekend. This one looks like one we could go with, to be honest. This one's good as well. Achieve and hold first position for 10 laps. That one would be a bit more difficult, seeing as it is a 35% race distance, but very, very doable, to be honest. So we could do that, but that just relies solely on us. I don't think that relies on Stroll at all, so I don't really want to go with it. Jing Shen. Oh! I had this sponsor in F1 2020. Achieve pole position during qualifying. Don't think I want to go with that then. Especially with Lance involved. Because we'll just be losing out on a lot of money if we do that. Achieve the fastest lap during a race. Yeah, I just want to go with something that's sort of guaranteed. Like, achieve a podium finish. Like, we could go back to Zur. We did have Zur on the car last season. But I think we're going to go with Avolo. I think Avolo definitely looks to be the best choice that we could go with. So, boom. New sponsor is there. So let's go ahead and put that on this car. So what livery is this? Yeah, it's Expansion, not Shattered. I thought it was called Shattered. You know, because of the whole Shattered effects going on. But yeah, that was one of the ideas I had for the livery. That was very close to actually being the livery, but we ended up going with this one instead, Raven. And there's a future there for Raven. I've found some like really cool looks for Raven, so we're definitely going to have Raven return to the car at some point. But that was the original Team Pepsi car from the start of this season, and then this one was made for the British Grand Prix. But I like it a lot better because we also get to add a little purple onto it. Like, it's very, very subtle, but the Slide Team Racing purple, the original colours of our team are still there. It reminds me of what Sauber do, where, you know, they put their logo somewhere hidden, like very, very subtle on the Alfa Romeo car, and they'll likely do it for Stake as well. I feel like we're kind of doing that with the little purple trim. But yeah, everywhere else just looks so much better than that OG livery, so yeah, we're sticking with this livery, but we'll change it up a little bit for the special livery next episode. But yeah, we should probably get to doing the sponsor decals, so replacing these ones with Avolo. How does Avolo look in... Does it always look like that? Okay, didn't really use Lugner all that much, did we? Alright, we'll go with the Volo there. And we'll go with the Volo there as well, it's a lot more subtle, I like it. Alright. And it's going to help having that fourth sponsor on, because some of these reoccurring ones can be replaced, like ones that pop up twice. And it just makes the car look a bit more real, I suppose. I really hope that these liveries end up improving at some point. Alright, so the ICE is going to have to be replaced at some point, but I feel like we could push it for maybe one more event. We definitely need to replace it going into Monza. So I think having a really fresh engine, a really fresh internal combustion engine, would do us the world of good in Monza. So I think we're just going to keep it as it is. Just, yes, I know it's worn, it's definitely going to make us slower, and most likely Lance might be taking the win in Zandvoort, but yeah, we may as well just keep these worn parts on and then replace them you know, after this next race. So that will go for the MGU K and the energy store as well. And then the control electronics we never really have to replace. I think we had to replace it like right at the end of last season, if I remember rightly. Like, you get two of those, but they last exponentially longer. So yeah, driving on an uneven track like curbs, grass, gravel, like, it's easy to not have wear on that. So, you know, but I think we'll replace it anyway going into maybe the last 4 races, just to make sure we got like as fresh of a car as possible, and just because we can afford to do that, it's just so easy. Alright, so we got 2 things to do in terms of training. So we could do driver promotion filming, or we can do second driver external training, and we're going to do that. Oh, we can do both. Okay, yeah. Messages. Yeah, okay. Just I saw it. Okay, we didn't really need to figure it out. Nico Hulkenberg is retiring. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, he's DNF'd twice this season, I think. No, he's DNF'd once, but he came last in Belgium. Oh, because he DNF'd then as well. So I don't know why it says 22nd, because he definitely DNF'd there. Yeah, and then even last season, look, he's just joined a really, really bad team. He got 2 points in season 1 for Haas, and then ended up joining Alfa Romeo. And then since then, he's not pulled a single point for Sauber. Not a single point. And it sucks, man. It hurts to see that. And it's weird, because we were going to sign Hulkenberg, and we didn't have enough money for him, and we went with Stroll instead. So, it makes you think, doesn't it? It makes you think, what if Hulkenberg joined our team? Like, what if we were able to get Hulkenberg on our team? That would have been insane. And definitely something I definitely want to try and do in F1 24 is 100% we're getting Hulkenberg in that series for sure. We have to. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, just like we did last stream, just a 5-10 minute break, and we'll pause the stream until we come back. So yeah, oh, we got a season break as well, so that's good. Anyway, guys, I'll be back in just a few moments. Alright, we are now back to continue the rest of the stream. I just had my dinner. Like, my dinner was literally, like, ready when I looked at my notifications on the phone, right when I, you know, decided to take the break. So, I took about a minute longer than I would have hoped, because I also had a toilet break as well. But, yeah, that was dope. Really good timing. I did say we were going to be about 10 minutes, and we were about 11, so whatever. So, we've got some new parts coming in now. 2 new parts coming in, and these are both for the powertrain and the durability. And then we have another durability coming in on the 18th. I don't know if that will be before Zandvoort, though, so I'm not sure if we have 3 upgrades coming in before then or not. But we're going to be absolutely rapid at Monza, I can tell you that. But yeah, let's see. They both failed.
So the entire development package for the weekend
Oh my god!
Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
They both failed. Well, it's a good thing that we have lots of extra R&D points, isn't it? You know? I don't think we'll ever have to purchase the control electronics failure analysis, because it doesn't wear out anyway. The energy store could do with, you know, having extra, and maybe the gearbox as well, but yeah, I didn't think that would fail. That does not cost much R&D points at all, so yeah, unfortunately we won't be getting those until after Zandvoort now, which definitely sucks, but we do have one upgrade that comes in before Zandvoort, and that will be the ICE failure analysis, which will make the ICE last longer. So when we put a new one in, it will last longer than these first 2 that we have been using. That's if that one doesn't fail as well. But anyway, here we go. Ready for the season break. Closing down the Team HQ until the next race weekend. Boom. And it came in just fine. So, yeah, there you go. Lovely. So we've got 1 new upgrade coming in. We've got 2 other things that we could do. So we'll do a sponsor event, and we'll do the power team building as... Is it worth it? We'll go for it, why not? Wouldn't that, like, quicken the powertrain? I don't know, we'll see.
Okay,
but there you go.
The new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Got an event in the durability department. A charity has asked if you would be happy to patronise their cause by becoming the face of their latest campaign. Unfortunately, this would mean you missing durability department's team building event we had planned. Yeah. You know what? It's important for us to be seen supporting these types of events.
Thanks.
Of course we'll go for that. And they reopened one of the facilities, was it? Oh. Wait, so durability... Oh, durability and aerodynamics are pretty much the same area. Almost. Almost the same area. But the back is different. Yeah. So the background is different. You can still see our logo and stuff. Okay. I thought they were the same then. Right, so does that make any difference? No, it doesn't. I thought doing that powertrain thing would, you know, bring the upgrade in earlier. But yeah, at least they're both coming before Monza. So we'll be getting new upgrades going into Monza. And then we're just going to fully focus on durability from then on. Hell, we'll likely even shut down the powertrain department facility for a while. But yeah, there we go. There you have it. We now have the Dutch Grand Prix, Zandvoort, another circuit that we haven't done since Season 1. We skipped it in Season 2. We are here now, back in Season 3. We've got 11.44 million in our bank. So that's good, because that will give us a lot more in terms of being able to pay Lance Stroll's contract, and also, you know, because we're likely going to keep him on for Season 4 because of just how well he's doing. Why wouldn't I want to do that? Ooh. Now that certainly is different. So, looks like we could have a rainy race. What are the chances? Oh, it's definitely going to be rainy. For sure. So, we've definitely got to make some setup changes going into qualifying. Alright, so practice FP1 is actually going to be quite important, because FP1 is going to be what the race will basically look like. So we've got race strategy, fuel management, and tyre management. So, yeah, we may as well do them both during FP1, and maybe perhaps skip FP2 and 3, because we won't need to. I mean, we'll have to do one of them in terms of practicing for qualifying, I suppose. But other than that, yeah. So we can probably skip FP2, to be honest. But yeah, let's go to the track and we'll immediately do some race strategies. So, yeah, this race definitely looking a lot different than the races we've had already this season. And I am all for it, guys. I'm all for it. Do you know what would be funny? Getting Nick DeFries on our team. That would be funny. And, like, bringing him to the championship, like, from, you know, the bottom of the grid where he is right now. Always. Every race. That would be funny.
They told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory, right? Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Well, funnily enough, we don't actually have a Zandvoort setup, so I'm going to have to quickly look that up and make one. Real quick. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to need this for qualifying for sure.
I'd take a set of intermediates in these unpredictable conditions.
Yep, I know. Okay, so this first one is 45 and then 36. Okay. Cool. Transmission 50, 51. And then suspension geometry 250. 1. And then these aren't too different other than that. Suspension. So that would be 36. 9, 10, 5, 36, 40, so they stay pretty much the same anyway. In terms of brakes, it does say 53% brake bias, but we are likely to move that to 50, but I'm going to keep it at 53 in case, you know, for future seasons or other modes, but we are likely to turn that down to 50. 22 points, no, I think we will. 22.7, 22.7, 20.3, 20.3, that is it. So we can pretty much save that setup now. And that might be like one of our final setups for the whole thing, who knows. There we go. Zandvoort setup is done. It says it's in the wet, obviously, but it's not actually a wet setup. It's a dry setup. This is fully emphasizing the qualifying session. So, yeah, we're going to put this at 50%. And then aerodynamics, this can go up by quite a bit. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So, we'll put those up by 3. If we need a little bit more, then obviously we'll come back and do that. So, yeah, I think we're just about ready. Lance has not gone out yet, but we are just about to. So there's really definitely no need.
Intermediate tyres are your best bet in the current conditions.
I know. So there's really no need in replacing any of these because we're not going to be using the car to its full power in the race. We will be in qualifying, but we're already taking a bit of a handicap in qualifying. So I think pole position in qualifying is not a reasonable goal. we're going to be aiming for top 5. Like, get top 5, and then we'll just outrace everybody else in the full race conditions. So, yeah. Let's go. Race strategy. Let's do it.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
Alright, baby. Second Grand Prix of the stream. Here we go. So this is what it's basically going to look like in the race. It might even be worse. It might be full wet conditions. This setup actually feels alright. We went through that corner really well. And if you guys remember the first time we went in Zandvoort, we actually crashed out in Q1. So let's hope we do better this time. For sure. Because that would be really sad if we have another bad weekend. Alright. See how the braking is into this. Seems just about fine. Although we could do with some extra downforce, but we've already almost maxed it out, to be quite honest with you. It might be because the tyres are a bit cold, but they're not, so... yeah, I don't know, that's worrying. Oh no, race strategy, please don't be broken. Okay, it's fine. We pulled it back. I was like, is that just going to keep plummeting and it's pretending that we're in the dry? Like, oh god. Race strategy is going to be harder because we've got engine wear, I just forgot. Damn it! So it could be worth using the RS. Let's go again.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
Right. Okay, that's a very good start. We're losing a lot of time. It's because the car won't turn, man! We've got the downforce almost maxed out. I don't understand. We're just gonna have to restart the session and just go back into the setup. Alright.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts on the car, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Right, we've put that up to the maximum, and that is up by 10. So, surely, we should be making it round corners a lot easier now. This car is such a handful to drive. Like, this is the most dominant car we've had. But it's probably my least favourite out of the 3 STRs. Out of the 3 Slide Team racing cars.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
Well, I'll try. But it's still barely making it round some of these corners. Lose a lot of time at the end of sector 2, I think. The end of sector, beginning of sector 2. We do lose quite a bit of time. Ah, shit. I was looking at the phone because the audio... I was looking at my phone at the stream because the audio was bugging out a little bit on the game. And so I thought, oh god, will that have something to do with the stream? But no, it doesn't. It's fine. Right, brake bias definitely going down. Oh, I can't. Fuck you, dickhead. God, I hate Esteban Ocon. I don't even feel like I'm going slow, it's just... it's the car's wear. Yeah, we just keep losing time, even though I'm having some pretty clean, consistent laps. No matter what we do, we're losing time here. Like, what the fuck? We lose so much time in this section every time I do this fucking track. I swear the practice programs are broken or something. It just doesn't work on Zandvoort. We lose like a whole tenth. Like, ugh.
Okay, so heavy rainfall here to stay for a while. Doesn't look like it's moving on anytime soon.
Yeah, to be fair, we could put that down to it as well. It is heavy rain, it's not light rain. Like, I think we're borderline ready for wets. Yeah, look, I tried to push around there, it just doesn't work. So, we've got no choice but to take the L. Because the program expects way too much of us in this section. Look at that. It's like they updated the track but not the practice program. Alright, here we go. Last lap. Look at how much time we lost there, like half a second through that section. That's so bullshit. And we lose it every time. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers. Understood. Stopping this lap.
Well, at least it was optimal pace, I suppose. Lance is out now, he's not too far ahead of us. Tyre wear's not looking nearly as bad as it did around Spa, I think it was on the inters. So, yeah, that's okay. Not much tyre wear for the inters, so that's good, good, good. Right, I feel like I'm definitely not going to enjoy the race if this is anything to go by. Our maximum capacity for the energy store is now 87. So, yeah, we're definitely replacing that going into next episode. But that was a pretty successful outing, a frustrating one, but successful. We got some underbody damage. Oh, maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know, but...
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
Right, okay.
Time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are the owner driver,
Oh.
Norris and Carlos Sainz.
I did suspect it.
Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
I did suspect it, but it definitely turned to more wet conditions as we went on. I don't know. We got the fastest lap by about, oh my god, a second and a half, pretty much. So, okay. So even though that practice program was absolutely stupidly difficult, we're looking a lot quicker than the rest of the grid in these conditions, which is very foreboding going into the race. Alright, so we're just going to do quick practice for this one. Alright. Good. And then we're going to time management, get the 180 there. Alright, and looks like we'll just do that one as well. Fuck. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we don't have to do fuel management, we don't have to do race strategy. We've gotten all of them for that. I suppose we could do tyre management as well, but it's the low tyre wear one. That would be ridiculously difficult, and I don't want to do it. Okay. 2 people watching, what's up? What's up? Alright, yeah, let's go into practice 3, just have a little quick practice on the softs. Just to see how they feel with this setup around this track. Ready for qualifying. So, yeah, let's just drive out.
Let's get a few laps under our belt.
All right. This feels like it's going to be rapid around here. Albeit not as quick as it could be, because we've had to compromise the setup a little bit for the race, because that will be in the rain. So I want to see how quick this can be in qualifying conditions, so we better get ready to put this on hot lap. Alright, let's put it on hot lap and let's get this started. Feels really good, not gonna lie. Very responsive. This is probably the best the car has felt all season. Right, that was a bit of a scruffy lap in certain areas, but feels rapid. 108.6.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
So imagine how quick it's going to be. We could get like a 106 in qualifying, I'm pretty sure. Perhaps. And that is with ICE wear. So it's looking pretty good for qualifying. Race will be a different story since it's in completely different conditions. Oh, we took some floor damage after that since it just went red. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good for qualifying. Well, I think Lance is out as well. See what kind of time he can set compared to us. Probably quicker, because I doubt the AI have done much to compromise their setup for the race. So, guess we'll see. Alright, Lance is on an outlap right now. He's setting his first time. Let's see what he can do. So quick around there. It's one of my favourite corners in F1, that. And the final corner. I only took Zandvoort off of the calendar in Season 2 because it just doesn't feel very good to drive in this game. I don't know how to explain it, but it's probably the end of Sector 1 going into Sector 2 that is the beginning of Sector 2 is probably my least favourite part of the track, and the part of the track that's kind of ruined for me. Because it was one of my favourite tracks to drive on in F1 2020. I always looked forward to driving on it, on that game. But in this game, it's just not that good for me, unfortunately. But he goes quicker, a 108. A 108 dead. So 6/10 quicker. Wow. Lance is turning into a monster. Like, oh my god. Uh-oh. We might be in a bit of trouble here. I don't know. So, I did think the biggest challenger to our championship was going to be Piastri, but since the other teams haven't brought upgrades as quick as we have, we've kind of started to pull away from the rest of the grid. Although the gap's gonna shorten over the next few Grand Prix because we're now bringing in our final performance upgrade in terms of pace. We're bringing in our final powertrain upgrade next episode, ready for Monza, fortunately. And then the rest of the upgrades we do this season will be durability. So that gives the rest of the teams ample time to catch up.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Stroll, Bottas and Max Verstappen.
But then again, anything can happen now. And even at Monza. Who knows? But there we go. Bringing in a lot of R&D points now, which is also something we're needing to do because, we'll have new regulations at the end of the season, and we'll need spare R&D points to protect the parts that will be covered by those regulations. So, if we want to be competitive next season, we're going to have to save up on R&D points, which means stopping development of the car. So I think we might even not do durability, particularly if durability is getting hit by regulations. I didn't really think about that. So we might actually be bringing the final upgrades of the season going into Monza, which means we won't have any upgrades in Singapore, Mexico, Brazil, Portimao, or Vegas. We're pretty much reaching the glass ceiling now for Season 3, and then Season 4, you know, new regulations. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it's certainly going to be weird. Alright, and then ICE wear, 72%. We got some wear here, so maybe I shouldn't be too surprised that Lance is quicker than us, because we are lacking a bit of power, just like we were in Austria. But we're going to put in some new ones for Monza. And then we'll have our final one, which I will likely use that for Portimao or Vegas. So we'll be using a new ICE for the next 4 Grand Prix, most likely. But I'm pretty sure we'll have the championship wrapped up, like the constructors for sure. I don't think we're in any danger of not winning the constructors now, so I am really gassed about that. Winning our very first constructors championship, I am so excited to do that. But in terms of the drivers, it's still kind of close. Piastri is still in the fight. Stroll is catching up, and he's the one that we've got to worry about. Piastri we don't need to worry about right now, because our car is easily better. If you look at the progress history, McLaren are catching up. I haven't actually looked at it in a while, but McLaren have brought in new upgrades to this one. Red Bull stagnated. Red Bull have stagnated. Mercedes have stagnated. Ferrari and McLaren have brought in new upgrades, and they might bring in even more going into Monza. But we are like right near the maximum, like in terms of 1,000. We're actually going to go past there with this powertrain upgrade, and just think we could go even further, because we still have some powertrain upgrades to do, strangely enough. But we'll be shutting down that facility once we've brought in these upgrades, and then the only one we'll have open is durability, and even that one we could probably close, because we'll be getting ready for the new regulations. So we'll probably end up closing all of the facilities until the new regulations are announced, and then reopen all the facilities by the time that happens. But we also need to reopen the powertrain facility going into October, because I'm pretty sure Mercedes are giving us some upgrades, and I don't think they can give us those upgrades until we reopen the powertrain facility. So we should probably reopen that before we get those upgrades, and when we've got the upgrades, that'll be it. And we won't reopen them until the regulations are announced, and we'll reopen the ones that need protecting. But yeah, that's pretty much all we've got to say. We'll be saving a lot of R&D points, and I don't think we're going to be in any danger of having a bad car going into Season 4. But we'll make some changes. Season 4, obviously this season, Season 3, was like, we brought in short qualifying, for example. And I think next season, we'll definitely do something in terms of the engine. Maybe turn on mechanical failures for that season. We've never done that before, and as frustrating as that might be, it could be pretty cool for content. So maybe I'll turn that on, because we've got it off right now, because I feel like it's so artificial. But I feel like it would make sense in, like, story-wise. First year of the new regulations, of course the engine wouldn't be, the healthiest. So that could be a really cool idea that we could explore. I think we might turn on mechanical failures for Season 4, and that could be fun. That could be really fun. We'll have to see. Anyway, Parc Fermé regulations. Whatever, let's go. Flying lap. Let's do it. First lap around Zandvoort in qualifying conditions. This is going to be rapid. We've got some cars in front of us that we are just going to blitz right past. I don't want to waste all this energy. Here we go. Liam Lawson sets the first time of the session. Here we go. God, I love that corner so much. Right, hold on. I was going to say that track felt a lot less scruffier than the practice 3 one, but, you know. And, yeah, ERS is definitely an issue now. We ran out of single digits. We're still the quickest, but Stroll is definitely going to beat us there. No chance he wouldn't be. Oh, that Alpine. Fucking Ocon, man. You know what? Get out of the way. How do you like it, Good? I knew it was Ocon. God's sake. Nice to see that AI is really sophisticated as to simulate Ocon's actual personality on track as well. Yeah, there's a very good chance that Stroll will be beating our time. He's in the same car and probably has fresher parts as well.
Pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
But anyway, I feel like that was a good lap from us. Oh, he's not gone out. Or has he just gone back in? Oh no, he has. That must have been an AlphaTauri. I must have got confused. Our colour is very close to AlphaTauri's on the colour scheme dots on the minimap. So sometimes I do get a little confused. It's a very, very slight difference. But anyway, there you go. Alright, bring that monitor down so I can have a look at Lance. Piastri's second. Lance is now P1. I fucking knew it. I knew it. He's in the same car as us and he's definitely, yeah, 5 tenths. 5 tenths. That's a lot, which means, yeah, it's definitely coming down to parts. We're wounded in terms of engine wear, but if we can get P2, it ain't going to matter in terms of the race. Because obviously we won't be able to use the cars to full power. And so if we can get in front of Lance, we can defend it quite easily, I think. You know? Because now Lance is now going to be a consistent championship contender against us. Which is weird. I did not think out of all people it was going to be our teammate that we would be facing for the championship. But yeah, it's bloody Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll's in a championship battle, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely strange. But cool, but cool. Alright. Okay, so I don't want to make the same mistake as we did in Spa, so I'm going to come out of the garage later. Was it Spa? I don't think it was Spa. It must have been Spa. It was literally this episode, I've already forgot. Okay, whatever. Tyre select, let's put on those new softs. Speed ahead a little bit, wait until everybody's gone out. Stroll's already gone out, and so we go out now. got some cars behind us. Will they be saying their first laps or what? I don't know, but...
30 seconds left in the session.
Lance is behind us. Great. Alright, here we go. We're just about going to make it across the line before the session ends. Looks very quick around there. We did break a bit early though. Whoa, why is it not turning? What was the understeer then? Did we just not slow down enough? We're actually losing time as we go on. Yeah, so that must be getting compared to Lance's time. So you can see where our loss of power with our worn ICEs coming through. In the green though, it's going to be close. Or is it compared to Lance's time? I don't know, is it compared to ours? Oh, definitely a lot quicker out the final turn. It's going to be an improvement, but it's not going to be enough. Nah. P2! And that's down to our engine wear, so... yeah, but we're playing the long game here. We're saving the parts that we need for Monza, because that's where we're definitely going to need the power down the straights. Like, that's the temple of speed, bro. We're going to need to, like, save... the fresh parts for then, for sure.
Qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three: Stroll, the owner-driver, and Oscar Piastri. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Well, Lance Stroll is looking strong once again in qualifying, and once again he out-qualifies us. But we're in P2, and I did say that it was very likely that Stroll was going to beat us due to our engine wear, but in race conditions, especially since it's going to be in the wet, it's not going to matter. Him having more power is not going to matter at all. So as long as we've got a better setup, and we know how to drive on the Inters anyway, if we start on the Inters, I think it's a wrap. You know, I think we've won. We're really, really good on the Inters. I don't think we've ever lost a race on the Inters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever lost a race while on Inters. So... I think this could be a wrap. It's 93%, but it's also 2 rows of rain. So I feel like it might be in the full wet. I don't know. Will it be full wet or will it be Inters? Who knows? All we do know is that we're going to the grid. This is exciting. I'm actually really enjoying doing these MyTeam career mode episodes live now. I think when we go to the final season, I'll probably start recording and editing again. But yeah. I definitely want to have a couple of months off of any F1 game before 24 comes out. Just so I don't feel a lot of fatigue, especially if the career mode is largely the same in that game. I won't want the fatigue. So definitely take a break from any and all F1 games before 24 comes out.
For years, the people of Zandvoort fondly recalled the Grand Prix they used to hold, and then came along Max Verstappen. Across Europe, the Orange Army sold seats and seats and seats, and now they have their own Grand Prix. It is time for race day in the Netherlands. 2.6 miles then make up a lap here at a wet Zandvoort circuit, where some tricky braking zones and sudden drops can make it all too easy to slide off into the gravel. 14 corners overall, and a 678-metre main straight will provide the best chance for overtaking. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lance Stroll lines up on pole position. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Verstappen.
Just forget about me, alright. I see how it is.
Tsunoda, Russell, Leclerc, Gasly, Teo Porcher, Sainz, Drugovich, Magnussen, Joe, Albon, Ocon, Liam Lawson, Sargent, Hulkenberg, and Nick de Vries. That's it then. It's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race.
All right.
Joining me again for the race today, Natalie Pinkham. Let's have a chat about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within
I
the
thought
team
we'd
seems
finally
very positive
escaped
at the
this
moment.
stupid
Everyone
glitch,
seems like
man.
they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
What performances? They're not scoring any points. I think they have 4. I think they have 4 points, or 6, something like that. But not worth talking about. Me and Lance are worth talking about. He's right over there in P1. We've locked out the front row again. Talk about us, bro. Alright, so, ooh, pitting. So, yeah, the Inters don't look very strong this season at all. We've never had a race where we would have to pit, but it's 4 seconds quicker, bro. It's 4 seconds quicker, which is absolutely insane. That is way quicker. So, like, yeah, we're going to go with the alternate strategy, because I highly doubt Lance is going to pit. So we'll do the alternate strategy. Yeah, 4 seconds quicker. Oh my god. That's crazy. I've never done a race where we pitted. Oh my god, I did say at Spa, didn't I, right? Like, we've never done a race where we would have to pit in a wet race. And now it's happening. I've manifested it, bro. Oh, this is going to be so weird. I've never ever done a race like this, ever.
Lap is underway. There are wet conditions.
Oh my god, this is cool.
Each driver will no doubt be mindful of the wet surface as they prepare to race around the track.
So Lance Stroll will be at his best here. We know how good he is in the rain in real life, and obviously I'm pretty sure the game will reflect that, especially since he is in our car, the fastest one on the grid. Ooh.
So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring their planned strategies are all in place.
Oh yeah. Well, here we go. Right, so we need to get a good start ahead of Lance, and then stay ahead for the rest of the Grand Prix, and make sure we don't make any mistakes like we did in the pit lane at Spa, and we should have this race in the bag. Here we go. It begins. And Lance has a good start, and so does Oscar Piastri.
We're somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
And we could have been overtaken there, so yeah, the loss of power is definitely hurting us on the race start there, but if we drive well, we could still overtake Lance. Just wrenching the car around there, just wrestling it around. This is going to be quite the challenge, especially since Stroll is in a much better version of our car. Shit. Absolutely not. Hopefully that's the only flashback we need to use. I have it limited to 3, so we can't do it too much. I need to remember, just stay focused and brake earlier. We are quicker than him in the corners. That's the important thing. Unfortunately, we are not going to get DRS though. We could definitely catch him.
We're accumulating somewhere on the MG UK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
I know, but I can't afford to do that. I'm pretty sure Verstappen gets a buff in performance when he's at Zandvoort. I don't know what it is. He definitely did in F1 2020. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, we are struggling to keep up with Lance. Where's the pit lap? Lap 12. Okay, so we're doing 12 laps each. So if he doesn't pit, we could end up overtaking him anyway, right?
Okay, you're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
Okay, so the rain's going to slow up, for sure, which is good. So when we do get onto our second stint, we're going to be rapid. Those couple of corners are hideously bad. Lance has already gained about a second and a half. What the hell? That's awful. Yeah, it's something. Never mind.
The energy stores depleting.
I know! Can you
reducing
stop
our
complaining
overall
at me
capacity.
about the
The more
fucking
charge you hold,
car?
the faster that capacity will drop.
I know!
Okay, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Just keep pushing.
Yeah, we're just lacking power. The IC is really worn now. Yeah, Lance is looking very strong. So, yeah, it might be a wrap. He had a good race start, and yeah, We are doing 2 stints though, so...
The track's drying, but it's going to take a while to clear the standing water offline. Don't start thinking about slicks just yet.
Oh, no way. We're not going on slicks at all. We just need to keep Lance at a reasonable distance. Like, we need to keep within a reasonable distance, should I say. Until we pit. But he's gaining and gaining and gaining. We just have such a worn ICE. That ICE is so important. And look at the front tyres overheating as well. That's going to be giving us so much wear. That's why the alternate strategy exists. And if Lance doesn't pit, we could end up undercutting the entire field. Even in this weakened state, our car is just so good that I'm able to keep these guys, Verstappen and Piastri, comfortably behind.
Overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Turn, damn it! Wow. P5 backwards have already fallen back so far within 6 laps. That is crazy.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Yep, I'm very aware. I'm very aware that dirt Max Verstappen is right behind me. Fuck's sake. Got the fastest lap. How the tyres doing? Decent. We seem to have cooled them down a little bit, I suppose. They looked really hot earlier. Okay. Lance is now pulling ahead, so he's starting to push. Well, Lance did set the fastest lap then, but we've just took it away from him. Oh, that's why he kept going ahead. I think he was trying to take away.
And we'll put you onto the intermediate tyres.
I think he was trying to take the fastest lap. He really wants that championship. He's now in a position where he can fully go for it. And he's doing his best. I think he's going for it again. Four seconds ahead now. This is the best we could really do, to be honest. We've got to really hope this strategy works if we want to win this race. Well, I'm not too frustrated about it because of all people who could win. At least it's Lance, you know. Still a lot of points for the team, and the main objective is the constructors. But if things like this happen next season, like the objective next season onwards is just to get both, you know. And he is trying to take that fucking fastest lap away from me. I can't believe it.
Situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now.
Well, I don't think we're getting that fastest lap back anytime soon, so I think we'll just save our ERS until we pit, and we'll take it back then anyway.
Looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
Yeah, but it won't be in time to put the slicks, so... Jeez, Lance is getting further and further ahead. Piastri at some point has overtaken Verstappen.
Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap.
Yeah, we're boxing this lap and we're going to need to. Because Lance is now 5 seconds ahead. He is dominating.
Time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing.
He is absolutely dominating this event. Yep, these tyres are dead. Yep, 27%. Pretty worn. And Lance is rapidly approaching 5 seconds for the gap, so... Oof. Definitely pitting. Oh, we're not the only ones pitting. Oh, God. We're not the only ones with this strategy. Piastri and Verstappen have got the same strategy as us. It looks as though the AI are doing the same thing. Oh, no. But surely that means some teams are going to be sticking to a one-stop. Sticking to a no-stop, right?
Last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Oh, God, what does it all mean? Alright. Here we go then. Second stint. This is where it matters. Ah, Felipe! I understand you've got a point to prove after getting cast aside from the team, but this is not what I need. At least we can dive bomb now.
Nice move. Good job.
Thank you. Lance has not pit yet, so I wonder if he's going to pit at all.
Gap to your teammate ahead is 22.4 seconds.
I think with this pace we might undercut him, like for sure. But if he doesn't pit, then I don't think we'll have the time to catch up to him. Just not confident about it. Anyway, we're now rapidly approaching our former teammate, Théo Pourchaire. Oh, shit! Really hope that didn't give us any floor damage. But yeah, this track is so much harder than it used to be. It's like they made it a bit more narrow since 2020. Overtake done there.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
That would have been our fastest lap.
Okay, you're creating some breathing space between you and the car behind by a few seconds a lap. Really good stuff.
Max Verstappen's took fastest lap, but I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. Oh, for fuck's sake, the fuel!
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.2 seconds.
The damn fuel, man, I forgot. I thought we'd put enough fuel in. I didn't think we'd have to worry about it because it was a wet race. Apparently we do. Fuck's sake. You keep running into this issue. You never had this issue once in, Season 1. Ever since Season 2, it's been creeping in, and this season it's been reoccurring. We might just have to trust the heavier fuel loads from now on. But I reckon if Stroll doesn't pit, we could still be...
Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race.
We could still be quick enough. Yeah, we've taken fastest lap. We could still be quick enough to keep up to these guys because of the corners. The only thing we would have to worry about is Verstappen and Piastri behind us. Should stop making that mistake though. Yeah, so we're still catching up to Sainz, even though we are now trying to fuel save. So, yeah. It's just like Hungary. Except different. We were in front the whole time at Hungary.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Well, I think with our fuel saving and coasting into a lot of these corners, we won't have to worry about that. Risky overtake on Sainz. Little bit of contact there, but...
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
DRS enabled. Oh, we could have gone on to slicks, you know. Oh my god, wait, what if that's the strategy the others are going for? Stroll could pit now onto slicks and we would not catch him. Lance could pit onto slicks right now and we would not catch him. Especially with our fuel saving. Oh my god, we would be in so much trouble. Oh no!
Lance is in the pits.
He's actually gone and done it. Oh my god, he's absolutely outsmarted us. What are they pitting for? Mediums. Oh, for God's sake. We've been outsmarted.
Looks like it's probably about time we change tyres. It's a bit of a crossover period for sure, but the longer we stay, the worse it's going to get.
We can't do anything.
Okay, they're out of this race.
We can't, there's not enough laps left. It would hurt us more to now pit. We've got 5 seconds though, so I wonder if we could fight.
Yellow flag.
I don't know, we have to fuel save every lap.
On the MFD.
Jesus. There's no point. It wouldn't gain us anything.
Green flag.
Unless there's a safety car behind us, but again I doubt it. And if we pit now, there's no way we're catching up to a lot of these guys. We've just got to grit our teeth and deal with it. It was just a bad strategy. And we'll be in low fuel mode by the last corner at this rate. Stroll is now in P2. Other people are pitting behind us. We've got to stay on inters. There's nothing we can do. But hey, it will make a good thumbnail. I mean, we already got one at Spa, but it'll make a really good thumbnail. Lance going past us on the mediums while we're on inters. And if anyone looks closely at the thumbnail and notices that, they'll be like, what the hell happened there?
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Here he comes. He's going to overtake us on this lap. Damn it! I didn't think the weather was going to change this drastically. I may as well just let him pass here. Damn it! Damn you, Lance! We are 11 points ahead.
That's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of
11
fuel
points,
left.
11 seconds ahead. I'm just trying to save fuel, but I mean, even if we weren't doing that, we would have been in a bit of trouble, I'm sure. Damn it.
Okay, the gap to the car ahead is 5 seconds. Let's see if we can bring it down.
No, we can't. Oh my god, and look, they've already pulled the gap as well. Jesus Christ, okay. This is not going to be a good result for us at all. We're going to be overtaken by a bunch of guys now. Shit! I honestly thought we'd had, like, the perfect strategy pitting for Inters. I thought it was going to keep raining. And, like, whatever. Clearly not. Thanks, race strategists, for not fucking doing anything until after Lance had already pit. Thank you so much. I blame the engineers. Oh, let's take the fastest lap as well.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Just pure domination. As we desperately try to fuel save.
Okay, the car behind's catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap. Be aware.
Look at that, they're making it look easy now. Fuck's sake. And the consistent team isn't looking so consistent now. Just a bad strategy
No
from
need to
us.
worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Staffen went on softs.
Keep on him, he might make a mistake.
Even Sonoda's there. Just gonna have to let him go. This fuel saving strategy isn't even doing that good neither now that we're on dries, so we're going even quicker, which is using even more fuel. We might not even score points. We might end up not even scoring points by the end of this.
Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 2.4 seconds.
God damn it. Yeah, we are not scoring points. May as well gun it. We know we're not going to score points anyway. There's the difference in the grip.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
We are now almost officially outside of the points. And it's going to be Théo Pourchaire who takes the points for Aston Martin. Lando Norris right behind us in the Mercedes. We are dropping positions like flies. Maybe it would have been worth pitting. But I didn't think it were worth it anyway since we were losing fuel, but maybe we should have. I don't know. Looks like it's going to be a P13. An absolute disaster at Zandvoort. And we're going to finish the race in low fuel mode.
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Tyres are going off as well. They are really hot. Jesus. Nothing went right this race, but Lance Stroll takes another win for the team. He is definitely a championship contender. Definitely going to be challenging us for the championship. As we are just about to enter. Yep, there you go.
And gap to the car in front is 7.2 seconds.
We have now entered low fuel mode. Well, there you go. Oh my god.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
That was awful. That might be one of the worst races of the series. Jesus Christ.
They could pull off the win here in Zandvoort, but
that was a disaster.
In spectacular style.
And I thought Austria was bad the way we dropped off, but at least we scored points there.
So, Natalie, what made the difference out there today?
I feel consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Oof.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all.
Well, Lance Stroll gets the win for Team Pepsi Racing after we just absolutely dropped off the face of the earth. Valtteri Bottas is back on the podium in a Mercedes outfit, and Sergio Perez is the man that is also on the podium. So, a really weird race in Zandvoort, to be honest. We should have packed more fuel, and we definitely should have pitted for slicks. I thought it was going to happen, but I tried to retain hope that Lance likely would have stayed out on the Inters, and that just wasn't the case, and it wasn't the case for the rest of the grid neither. So yeah, very unfortunate for us.
Standings have changed. Lance Stroll's excellent result today sees him take over as leader of the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on driver of the day, Natalie Pinkham. Come on, who do you pick?
Lance Stroll certainly put in an impressive performance today. No doubt his team and fans are extremely proud.
Let's move on to the constructors. The owner drivers team moved to the top of the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, with that absolute disaster of a race, we have actually lost the lead of the Drivers' Championship to our very own teammate. Lance Stroll, for the first time ever, leads the Drivers' standings. He is gunning for the Drivers' Championship. Oh my God. We have our work cut out for us in the next few episodes, that's for sure. We need to strike back against Lance, and fast. Now let's watch this replay. Definitely got to get a good thumbnail out of this. Oh, it was looking so good as well, to be honest. Throughout most of the race, our pace was actually really good. Even when we had to start fuel saving, the pace was still looking really good because we pitted for Inters before a lot of these guys. But yeah, I think if we have another similar weather change in a race like this, we need to remember to stay on the Inters as long as possible and then quite possibly pit for slicks. That was just awful from us. It won't even show the replay for when we got overtaken by Lance, I don't think. Unless it does. I don't know. I think we actually ended up overtaking Sainz, right? I feel like we did. Still showing us behind Sainz. Yeah, we did. Oh, there wasn't any contact. I felt there was. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go on the replay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is where we can get a proper good thumbnail. There we go. We can go with that. We should probably like go to the side a little bit just to like show the difference in the tires. Yeah, that looks about right. If we go like that. Yeah, there's your thumbnail. Alright, yeah, so now we need to go here, and then shutter speed can be there. Oh, and it's attached to the car, unfortunately, so... And it's always attached to the car. It actually doesn't affect us all that much. How about that? Maybe a little less. And I think that might be good. Yeah, I'll go with that. Boom. I can't believe it! Lance Stroll leads the standings. So, yeah, we have our work cut out for us. And yeah, we absolutely bottled it on the last of that sponsor thing. So, yeah, it's all to play for at Monza, of course, and throughout the end of the season. We now, I think we've definitely got the constructors all wrapped up, so we now have to take Lance very seriously as a championship contender. We have the new parts that have literally just come in, so yeah, there you go. Where does that put us? Well, we don't actually get to see it just yet, but we will. Very, very soon we will, when we actually enter Monza. But now we can actually shut down the powertrain facility. So let's do that. Shut that down. And there you go. That's all shut down. So now all we've got is durability, marketing, and personnel open. Alright, simulator training. I still want to get Lance Stroll as good as possible. Got an event in the durability. Try to give you much needed exposure, and the team understood why it was important to go. Awesome. Does that mean we now have a new thing there? No, we don't. So I don't know how far we are away from actually getting that done. Driver perks, we could get one of these. Engine wear, Yeah, may as well. There we go. So that's all maxed out. Driver perks, all done. Even Lance Stroll only has those at once, so... yeah, that's it. And that's it for this episode, guys. So, yeah. Quite a change in development. Okay, this wasn't the greatest episode for us. We finished second behind Lance Stroll at Spa, and that 13th place in Zandvoort has definitely made life a lot more difficult for us. So we need to be as consistent as possible for these next few races, otherwise we're done. If we have another pointless race and Stroll keeps being as consistent as he has been, look at that, the lowest position he's been since Austria is second, which is insane, absolutely insane. So Lance Stroll's on top form. We have created a monster, and Aston Martin are definitely ruining the day. They kicked him out, of course, but maybe this is what he needed for his redemption. But now it's gone past the redemption. Now it's becoming a problem, and next episode we start our journey to taking him down, hopefully. So it's all to play for from now on. The constructors' standings are all pretty much wrapped up. Anything but wrapped up, pretty much. It's just all done. We are so far ahead of McLaren. No way we're losing that. So now we can just focus on the Drivers' Championship. And maybe that's what Lance has been doing. You know, we've been letting him go, letting him pass. We've been making it very easy for him. But now, we ain't going to do that. So guys, next episode, tomorrow, most likely, we are going to be starting our fight back against our very own teammate. And it starts at the Temple of Speed. What better place to begin? Guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of F123 My Team Career Mode. If you guys liked it, be sure to hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Until next time, peace.